Game one of a doubleheader between the Rangers and the White Sox, top of the second inning. Nolan Ryan on the hill for the Texas Rangers, and he strikes out Ron Karkovice, and he struck out the side. Top of the third inning, Craig Graybeck, who hit his only Major League home run off of Ryan, and Ryan hits him in the ribs on the very first pitch on Graybeck's first at-bat. Things would turn ugly in the bottom of the fifth inning. White Sox starter Greg Hibbard would hit Steve Bichelle in the same place as Ryan hit Graybeck on the very first pitch in the bottom of the fifth inning. Bichelle charges the mound. The bench is clear. A bench-clearing brawl ensues. Bobby Valentine here holding back pitcher Eric King from the fray. Yvonne Calderon would collar Steve Bichelle, pull him away from the pile. Hibbard gets taught to by Jeff Torborg. After everything is cleared up, umpire Tim McClellan holds on to Bichelle, who was the only player ejected. Bottom of the sixth inning, Julio Franco loses his bat, and it goes into the stands and hits that woman right there in the arm. Franco goes over and exchanges the bat for another bat, as the woman can have as a souvenir. Bottom of the seventh inning, Greg Hibbard would strike out Mike Stanley to end the bottom half of the seventh inning. Hibbard left after 8 innings pitched, allowing only 2 hits and striking out 6. This game moved into extra innings with no score. Top of the 10th inning, Nolan Ryan strikes out Frank Thomas for the 4th time on the night. He had 15 strikeouts before he was taken out of the game after 10 innings of play. There's still no score as the teams play on. Bases full, 1 out, bottom of the 11th inning. Ruben Sierra hits a fly ball to shallow center field. The runners hold. Pete Incaviglia would then ground out to end the inning. They waste an opportunity, but they wouldn't waste it in the bottom of the 13th. Gary Pettis led off with a triple. 2 intentional walks later, nobody out. Ruben Sierra wouldn't waste this opportunity. He gets a base hit off of Don Paul. Pettis scores RBI 73 for Sierra. He wins the game. 1-0 Texas is the final score. Rogers the winner, Don Paul the loser. Between the White Sox and the Rangers at Arlington Stadium, top of the second inning, 1-0 Chicago. Carlton Fisk at the plate for the White Sox, and he hits a line drive homer to left field off of Charlie Huff, number 328 of his career as a catcher, and that passes Johnny Bench as the most prolific home run hitter as a catcher in Major League history. Also number 187 as a member of the Chicago White Sox, and that passes Harold Baines, who is now with the Rangers as the all-time team leader in home runs. And that gave the White Sox a 2-0 lead. We'll take another look at the record-setting home run swing of Carlton Fisk. The White Sox add 2 more in the second inning. Scott Fletcher with a base hit to right field. Robin Ventura would come in to score. Ruben Sierra will let the ball roll under his glove, and on toward the warning track. It would stop out there in right field. Fletcher heads and will end up at third base. RBI 36 for Fletcher, and the White Sox lead 3-0, 4-0 after 2. Bottom of the third inning, Jeff Houston with the base hit scores Gino Petralli, RBI number 42 for Houston, 4-1 Chicago. Petralli with an RBI base hit in the fourth, and it's 4-2. Melito Perez worked 7 innings, striking out 8, including Ruben Sierra in the bottom of the sixth inning. He earns the win as the White Sox win 4-2, split the doubleheader. Perez is now 11-10, Huff 10-8, and Bobby Thigpen picks up his 39th save.
Friday night is the San Francisco Giants, 9 games out of first place in the NL West, take on the New York Mets, a half a game out in the NL East. And in the bottom of the second, Greg Jeffries will find out just how bad the wind is in Candlestick as he makes the diving attempt on the Matt Williams foul pop. The wind plays with it just a little bit too much as Jeffries comes up empty-handed. However, the Mets would get the first scoring opportunity in the top of the fifth. Kelvin Tourve rips the double down the right field line off of Scott Gerald's. Howard Johnson's going to try and come around to score, but Matt Williams' relay throw is perfect as Gary Carter tags Hojo out at home plate as the score remains 0-0. Then with 1 out in the bottom of the fifth, Jose Uribe on first base. Brett Butler hits the ground ball. Uribe runs smack into Greg Jeffries. Uribe's called out by second base Joe West. As we take another look at it, Jose Uribe just barrels right into Greg Jeffries as Joe West bangs him out for interference. But in the bottom of the sixth, things would go San Francisco's way as Matt Williams goes deep on Frank Viola to center field for the 3-run home run, scoring Greg Litton and Kevin Mitchell as San Francisco jumps out to a 3-0 lead for Williams' home run number 23 on the year. 3-run shot. But the Mets not laying down. Pitch hitter Tom O'Malley steps to the plate. He takes Scott Geralds out of the park for a 2-run shot. For O'Malley, this is home run number 3 on the year. RBIs number 10 and 11. As Mercado was aboard, and now the Mets only trail San Francisco 3-2. Then in the bottom of the 9th, Steve Bedrosian trying for his first save since May the 30th, going against Tim Tuffle. He strikes out Tuffle for the last out of the game. San Francisco goes on to win 3-2. Scott Gerald gets the win. He's 10 and 9. Frank Viola gets the loss. He's 15 and 8. Steve Bedrosian gets his 8th save of the year.
Martinez and the Philadelphia Phillies riding a 3-game winning streak into San Diego Friday evening to take on the Padres. Bottom of the first inning, and San Diego will go ahead 1-0. Joe Carter picking up his 96th RBI of the season as he grounds out to Dickie Thon. Roberto Alomar comes in to score. Padres lead it by 1. But in the top of the third, Philadelphia will tie the score at 1. Dale Murphy hitting his first home run as a Philadelphia Philly, his 18th of the season, off of San Diego starter Calvin Schiraldi. This one a deep shot into left field, tied up at 1. Nice defensive play in the top of the 4th inning. Tony Gwynn in right field. He will go back to the wall and make a nice jumping catch on Lenny Dykstra. We'll take another look at it. Gwynn robbing Dykstra of extra bases to keep this one tied at 1. The Phillies would break the tie in the top of the 6th. Darren Dalton would get his 40th RBI of the season. Dalton will single through the right side of the infield, scoring Dickie Thon from second base. 2-1 Philadelphia. Nice pitching performance by the Phillies' Jose De Jesus. Here he'll strike out Bip Roberts in the 8th. He had 5 strikeouts through 8, holding on to a 2-1 lead. He would go the distance, picking up the victory 2-1, striking out 7 along the way. Here he gets Benito Santiago to ground out to second. Tony Gwynn was on third at the time. His second complete game of the season. Philadelphia wins it 2-1. De Jesus now 4-4. Schiraldi drops to 3-5.
Friday night in Los Angeles, it's the Expos and the Dodgers. Bottom of the first inning, Andres Galarraga has Eddie Murray's ground ball go by him for an error into right field. Lenny Harris scores 1-0 LA. Top of the second inning, Jim Needlinger were to get some help from ex-Expo Hubie Brooks on this play as he makes a diving snow cone catch on this Andres Galarraga sinking line drive towards right field. A nice catch by Hubie Brooks with one more look as we see the ball bouncing around in Brooks's glove, but it stays in for the out. LA scores 4 times in the bottom of the second. The big hit being Cal Daniels triple down the right field line into the rounded corner. In right, Harris and Kirk Gibson score RBI 60 and 61 for Cal Daniels. 4-0 LA, 5-0 after 2. Bottom of the 4th inning now with the score 6-0 LA. Cal Daniels would strike again. This time he hits a solo homer to center field at number 19 for Daniels. RBI 62 is third of the ball game, and the Dodgers lead 7-0. But Montreal would score 5 in the top half of the 5th inning. That would be capped off by this Tim Raines 3-run homer to right field, his 5th of the year. He picks up Delino DeShields and Dave Martinez, and Montreal is back in this game, and the score is 7-5 after 4.5 innings. No more scoring until the top half of the 8th inning when Mike Aldretti will hit a solo homer to dead center field over Kirk Gibson's head. It's his first home run of the year, and it's 7-6 LA in the 8th.
In Chicago, the Cubs took on the Atlanta Braves, and there was a 27-minute rain delay prior to the game. Once the game got underway, in the bottom of the second inning with no score, Sean Dunston belted a 2-run homer off John Smoltz, and the Cubs led 2-0. It was Dunston's 15th home run. RBIs 59 and 60 as Dave Clark scored a home run. 2-0 Chicago. Meanwhile, Cubs starter Mike Harkey cruised along, and in the top of the 3rd inning, struck out Odie McDowell, who lost his bat, and the bat went flying to the dugout. And here's another look at the strikeout of Odie McDowell and the flight of the bat as it hit the dugout wall. In the top of the 4th inning, Harkey got some fine defensive help from the center fielder Jerome Walton, who made a nice leaping catch at the wall in left center field on the drive by Ronnie Gant. Nice catch by Jerome Walton. In the bottom of the 4th inning, the Cubs increased their lead when Mark Reyes came up and belted a solo home run in right field, his 5th of the season. RBI number 51, and the Cubs led 3-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the Cubs are not done just yet. In the bottom of the 7th inning, they increased their lead when Shawan Dunston belted his 2nd, 2-out, 2-run home run to left field. This was Dunston's 16th home run. Once again, Dave Clark was on base at the time. Dunston now has 62 RBIs, and this lucky fan showed off that he got both of Dunston's home run balls. And later on, Dunston took a curtain call. Cubs led 5-0 en route to their 7-0 victory. Mark Harkey went distance for his second complete game and his first career shutout in the top of the 9th inning. Ron Gant popped out at second base to end the game. The Cubs won 7-0. Harkey got the win. He's 12-5. John Smoltz got the loss. He's 9-9.